Good morning. Thank you so much for having me today. Okay, let's see. So I attended Darlington 1st through 12th grade and graduated in 1992. I sat where you sit. I walked the halls that you walk. And I wrote out on every assignment. Say it with me. On my honor as a Darlington student. Are you not gonna finish it? It's ingrained in me. You're here. So needless to say, I said it with as much overwhelming energy as you just halfway spoke. Because as a student, I didn't get it. Why in the world do we need to write out the same sentence on every assignment? Now, I will admit that I was not setting or breaking any academic records while I was here. In fact, looking back, I think I kept a C on every report card just to keep my parents on the edge of their seat. In my eyes, school was just in my way. I was ready to set the world on fire, and I thought I knew everything I needed to know. I was completely unaware of what was being instilled in me every day. I thought school was about learning information. But the magic of Darlington lies in this. You won't truly realize what you've learned here until you leave. You see, right now, you're in the midst of excellence. Pretty soon, you'll be launched into a world of mediocrity. But right now, you're in the midst of excellence. Teachers, will you please stand? These ladies and gentlemen have chosen to dedicate their lives to making an impact on the world through you. They're challenging you and testing you and holding you accountable to prepare you for life. It's not truly about the information you're learning. They are cultivating your God-given gifts and talents. They're helping you discover your passion and teaching you how to conduct yourselves with honor and integrity so that when you leave here, you will make a positive impact on the world. So students, can we show our appreciation for these people? Thank you, teachers. Students, will you please stand? You are leaders. Your parents and Darlington are giving you a foundation in excellence so that you may reach your potential and become the very best version of yourself. This is a gift. Don't waste it. You may have a seat. I gotta just keep you going. I don't want you to lose. Are y'all allowed to have your phones in here? Okay. So, it's career day. It's a day where we are saying, what do I want to be when I grow up? How do I want to change the world? How will I become successful? To me, this is Passion Day. Because if you go after your passion in life, you are bound to have a successful career. So my first bit of advice to you is find your passion. And you may not know it today, and that is okay. It will reveal itself. But be open to learning about what that passion is. Are there things in your classes that excite you? Do you find that you have a thirst for knowledge in a certain subject? What do you enjoy doing in your spare time that will reveal elements of what you could desire to do more of? Now, is my passion making chicken salad? No. My passion is serving others. And I get to live out my passion through my career with Chicken Salad Chick. And because my career is centered around my passion, work is never work. It's just fun. So on Career Day, we're also attempting to formulate a plan for ourselves. Now, it is great to have a plan. You need a plan. And there are two types of plans out there. There's your plan, and there's God's plan. Now, we can't know every step of God's plan, so we continue down our plan, and He corrects us as we go. Now, if I am an example to you today of anything, let it be this. I am an example of life not going according to plan. Upon graduation from Darlington, my plan was to attend Auburn University, which I did. I graduated from Auburn and married my college sweetheart right here in this chapel. We had 3 wonderful children, and we decided on a plan that he would build his career while I stayed at home with the children. After 10 years of marriage and following our plan, our marriage ended in divorce, not a part of the plan. I found myself with a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old, no career, no business experience to speak of, and no means of supporting the kids. What I had with me were the same things that I had upon graduation from Darlington. My character, my honor, my integrity, and my ability to access the potential that I was taught was within me. So I started soul searching. What was I good at? What did I have to offer the world? What would people value from me? At that time, I knew 2 things for sure. 1, I was a pretty good cook, thanks to my parents. And 2, I was obsessed with chicken salad. By obsessed, I mean I was obsessed with eating it, not making it. I tried chicken salad off of every menu I came in contact with across the South. I felt that I was a connoisseur, extremely picky and very opinionated. So I began to think that if I could come up with a really good recipe of chicken salad, people would value that because I would value that. So I went to work in my kitchen like a science experiment. I started taste testing my concoctions on neighbors and anybody in town that I knew and asked for their feedback. They would say too soupy, too dry, too bland, and I listened and I tweaked. And finally, I asked somebody to taste a recipe that made them close their eyes and make really weird noises. And I thought, wow, that was a good reaction. So I sampled that recipe over and over and over and got the same reaction over and over and over. So this was it. So I was going to make chicken salad and sell it from home and deliver door to door. Now, how am I going to let people know what I'm doing? I got it. I'll have a car magnet on my car, and as I drive around town, people will see what I do. Well, how are people going to understand in the time it takes to read a car magnet at a red light what it is that I really do? So chicken salad has to be in the name, chicken salad. And I am the chick that's going to bring it to you. So chicken salad chick, that's catchy. So at this point, I reached out to a friend of mine, Kevin Brown. I knew he was business savvy and could advise me on steps to take. So we go online and we find this little chick to be my logo. We changed her clothes and added a basket. You can't see well enough up here. See what the logo looks like. We changed her clothes and added a basket to her arm to show that I was delivering, and boom, my car magnet was done. Then as I'm mixing chicken salad, it occurs to me that Elizabeth down the street, she likes her chicken salad with fruits and nuts. So I'm going to make one for her. And Julie, across the street, she likes spicy stuff, so I'm going to make one for her. And if I'm going to have one with fruits and nuts, a lot of people are allergic to nuts, so I need one without nuts, just fruit. So I tell Kevin I'm going to have these different flavors, and he says, well, if you're going to have different flavors, you should differentiate them somehow, like give them girly names. I was like, oh, that is brilliant! That is brilliant! They are going to have chick names. But not only will they have chick names, but they are going to be named after real chicks that have shaped my life. So this is a picture of all of the namesakes of the chicken salad flavors that are on the menu. A few of the chicks are here in the audience today. We have Sassy, Scotty, and Nutty Nana with us. So now I did this to honor them. I had no clue that they were going to become entitled divas that would come into the restaurant and look to autograph menus. So anyway, off I go, knocking on doors and delivering chicken salad with my little car magnet on my car. Well, leaving a big bowl of chicken salad and some business cards in the teacher's lounge of my kids' school started a frenzy. The phone was ringing off the hook, and shortly thereafter, I received a call from the health department. That call told me that selling chicken salad from my house was illegal. And yes, I was a criminal. And then I had to immediately shut down. Not a part of the plan. At this point, Kevin and I decided to partner on paper, and we opened up a little takeout spot. Neither of us had any money to speak of, so we found this tiny little shack, 800 square feet, with a drive-through window. We spent months hanging drywall, laying floors, painting walls to finally open on January 7th of 2008. So this is our opening day. That's our little takeout window. The place looked really ridiculous. It looked like a real estate office. You walked in, there was a desk where we did payroll and taxes. And then we said, just step up to the window and get your chicken salad. So on opening day, the walls of our little takeout spot were lined with family and friends to wish us well on an opening of a business that didn't stand a chance. And it was very awkward. Everybody was really lined against the walls, so the middle of the room had nobody in it, obviously, and everybody was going, "You did it! You did it! This is never gonna work. But you did it. You got it open." So we all stood there as not a single customer dawned the door. And finally, after hours of panic and regret, the first customer walked in the door. And we mauled her like a pack of grizzly bears. And this is her, and she's never returned. And because I have her picture, I know she's never returned. I've been on the lookout. But soon after, this sweet lady walked in the door, gave us our first $1. People started showing up. The door stayed open. They lined up down the sidewalk, and we sold out in 2 hours. The next day, we doubled the amount of chicken salad that we cooked, and all of those people came back the second day, and they brought a friend, and we sold out in 2 hours again. So very quickly, the business grew. The floor became like the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. We opened 2 more restaurants in Auburn just to handle the chaos, and franchise requests started to pour in. In the middle of all this chaos, Kevin and I flew to Jamaica to get married. So we come back to our chaotic life, and we decide to franchise the concept, but feel we need to bring on partners with franchising experience. So we partner with another couple, but are reluctant to sell them the 51% of the business that they want. So who can tell me, students shouted out, if they own 51% of the business, what does that leave us with? Yes, correct. And that means that they would control the business, which is why we were reluctant. But these people assured us that we were partners and that it would not be run that way. Well, pretty soon after we partnered, it became very clear that that was a bad decision. So we met with the couple and we said, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, we clearly have different visions for the company, and this partnership was a mistake, and we would like to buy you out. And the couple said, well, kids, this is no partnership. We own 51% of this business, and we can fire you and take your shares of stock anytime we want. This was not a part of the plan. So they finally agreed to give us a price at which we could buy them out. But it was 3 times the amount that we were worth, and they said we had to get it to them in 30 days. So refusing to give up, Kevin and I hit the road pitching to any investor that would listen. As our clock on the 30 days continued to tick away, we were constantly faced with people that would say, you want me to invest this much money in the minority share of a business that has not one single franchise location open. Thanks, but no thanks. Kevin began telling me it was time to face reality. This had been a good thing, but it was about to be over. Within 48 hours left on our 30-day clock, a lady in our office slid me a piece of paper with some names on it. She said, try these people, it's all I've got. So I called the people on the list and I begged them to meet with us. They agreed. Kevin gave his best pitch. We took them to lunch at Chicken Salad Chick. We packed them up full of coolers of chicken salad, and we said goodbye to our last chance. We silently got into the car to drive back to the office, and Kevin's phone rang. It was one of the gentlemen in the meeting. His name was Erlen McCorder. He asked if we could come back to the restaurant, so we whipped the car around and sat in the booth with him, and he said, this is a good thing, and I believe in the character of the two of you. And I will write you a check for every penny that you need. So he became our amazing partner that infused capital into the business so that we could hire a team and hit the ground running, and we did. We were selling restaurants. We were opening restaurants. They were doing wonderfully. Our mission became spreading joy, enriching lives, and serving others. And that was my passion. I was able to serve others in so many different ways. And then one day, the phone rang again, and it was the doctor. Mrs. Brown, your husband has stage 4 colon cancer. This is not a part of the plan. And Kevin very quickly adjusted his plan, and his mission and purpose and passion became helping others fight this disease. That's in the infusion chair, receiving chemo. So we started the Chicken Salad Chick Foundation, which exists to help fight cancer. So after a 2-year hard-fought battle, Kevin passed away on November 21st of 2015. He left us with a legacy of giving and fighting to do the right thing all the time. Today, Chicken Salad Chick is still going strong. A business that started out of a love for children, a need to help make ends meet, now generates $75 million a year. I can honestly tell you that it's because everyone involved in this business has passion, honor, and integrity. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to have a lot of money. What you have to have is what you are learning here. So when life doesn't go according to plan, remember your roots. Call on your character, honor, integrity, and passion, and choose to be excellent wherever life takes you. Thank you for having me.